Traders! Stop hesitating on breakouts on smaller time frames and pay close attention because Bitcoin is setting up at a level where price looks slow. But structure tells a much more compelling story. Higher time frames are still bullish, patterns are forming cleanly, and liquidity is quietly developing beneath the surface. But before we get into the charts, you need to see what's happening on the macro side because it lines up perfectly with what price is setting up for next. Let's go! Let's start with actually who's positioning right now. Bitmine just released an update for its recent inventory, and this is not retail behavior, people. They're sitting on over $13.2 billion, Mr. Powers, in total crypto and moonshot assets. What's a moonshot asset? Is that something like Fartcoin or something? More than 4.1 million Ethereum at an average price of around $2,948. Bitcoin exposure, a $23 million stake in a NASDAQ-listed company, and $1 billion on the sidelines. This is chaired by Tom Lee, someone who doesn't position for short-term noise. And at the same time, something very important just happened on-chain. Merlin the Trader shares the following. Long-term Bitcoin holders have stopped selling for the first time since July of 2025. Previously, when this shift took place, momentum followed shortly after. Weak hands, they trade noise. Strong hands, they set the trend, people. Thanks again, Merlin, for your insight. And zooming out even further, the tokenized stocks market cap just hit a new all-time high at $1.2 billion, Mr. Powers. That tells us infrastructure adoption is accelerating, quietly but consistently. So while price looks slow, long-term holders continue to maintain positions. Institutions continue to build exposure, and tokenization continues expansion. Now, let's see how all of this lines up with the charts. Starting with the monthly chart, Bitcoin continues to respect its bullish configuration. We continue to see higher highs and higher lows. That tells us the macro structure remains bullish. Simple enough, right? Also, the previous month's candle is a spinning top and inside bar. This is very important. That is a candle of indecision. If the high of that candle is cleared this month, which happens to be 95K, that dramatically increases the probability of this scenario that you see on this chart playing out over the next quarter. On the weekly, Bitcoin is still consolidating, as you can see right here. But look more closely. There's a subtle bullish shift starting to appear. Bearish moves are getting weaker, and buyers are stepping in faster on pullbacks. That's often what accumulation looks like before expansion continues. I've been talking about the higher low over and over again on these videos, okay? There's a higher low here relative to this order block, and that's a very important piece of information when it comes to bigger picture investing. On the daily time frame, Bitcoin is sitting at a very important area. Above price, a clear supply zone. Below price, a strong bullish order block. The exact zone where this move originally started. This is a decision point. Either price reacts at supply and pulls back into support, or it breaks through and continues higher. What matters most is that structure below remains intact. On the 8-hour, Bitcoin is forming a clear Adam and Eve pattern. You've got a sharp emotional sell-off, the Adam. I don't know why he's got to be the emotional one. Followed by a round, controlled base, Eve. She's supposed to be the emotional one, right? Anyway, this pattern typically forms after a completion of a corrective move, not the beginning of a bear market. As long as price holds above the base, this structure favors a bullish continuation. I want to point out that Bitcoin right now is on its way toward the 95K resistance, and this pattern favors a breakout of that key resistance area. I just want to point out also that this pattern, Adam and Eve, this is basically just a new way of saying cup and handle, which is a classical chart pattern. So I noticed that these days, I guess the new people need new names for things, but understand that this is a historical pattern and it is a bullish pattern. So if 95K is touched, it certainly favors the break and not a rejection of that level. I'm going to take a guess here, but I suspect that the reason why they call this Adam and Eve is because the first section here, the Adam part, is more angular, like a man. And the second part is more curvy, like a woman, the Eve part, because women are curvy. I don't know about you, but I happen to like curvy women. So let me know in the comments, why do you think they call this Adam and Eve? I'd love to know. Now, let's look at Ethereum. On the weekly, Ethereum continues to respect its bullish trend line, a level that is held across multiple cycles. Historically, when price touches this trend line and holds above it, Ethereum tends to see a strong bullish expansion. From the next clean reaction, a 70 to 75% move would be completely reasonable based on this previous history. The illustration on this chart shows the favorable scenario over the next couple of quarters. You have to keep an eye for confirmations. If this structure is compromised, then that changes the story. But right now, this looks like the favorable scenario. Keep an eye out for it. On the 4-hour, Ethereum has touched the supply zone, as you can see here, and is currently respecting it. From here, we have 3 logical scenarios. Pull back into the important level below, which happens to be the midpoint of a consolidation, or deeper into the demand zone for a reversal, or Ethereum breaks above the supply zone and continues higher. Until we see confirmation, this is a decision zone, not a bearish setup. So, when we put everything together, Bitcoin, monthly higher highs and higher lows intact, weekly consolidation with early bullish momentum, daily sitting between supply and strong bullish order block, 8-hour Adam and Eve pattern forming, 2-hour liquidity developing at the most respected level. Ethereum, weekly bullish trendline respected across cycles, high probability strength from the next bounce, 4-hour reacting at supply, awaiting confirmation. And on the macro side, institutions hold billions in crypto exposure. Long-term Bitcoin holders no longer selling. Tokenization hitting new all-time highs. This isn't random. This is smart money positioning while price compresses. If you want to trade these levels yourself, I left my exchange links in the description. BTCC and WEX. Use them only if they help. They support the channel and give you access to the same tools. And Michael, you have something to add?
Yes. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. It's not like I care, but I believe it helps out the channel.
Oh, thanks, Michael.
You bet.
When everything feels exciting, that means markets have moved, not before. They move when structure is respected, liquidity is built quietly, and most people lose patience. Right now, charts are doing exactly that. So stay patient, respect the levels, and I'll see you in the next one.